What is that? We just all covered and watched, of course, the reaction to Jimmy Kimmel, the kind of economic boycotts of Disney for a period of time. How big a part of it is that? And what people watching out there who were, maybe they were there, maybe they're galvanized, maybe they're excited, what should they be doing now?
Jen, it sounds like you might have been in on our planning conversations. That's exactly what we're talking about. There are going to be big protest days, just like we saw on Saturday. That's true. But in between those days, there's going to be regime overreach. And I think the Jimmy Kimmel, Disney, ABC News example is an excellent case in point of how people power can be applied, not just against this administration in the White House, not just against Congress, but against the pillars of democracy, media institutions, businesses, universities that are getting pressured by this regime. In the Disney case, what we saw was the regime applied pressure, the institution buckled, the people responded in force, and then that institution saw that, changed course, and democracy sat up a little bit stiffer. We were a little bit in that moment. There are going to be more instances exactly like that. So I think using our combined economic power in a rapid response, they do this, we do that, is necessary for creating the conditions all across the country. So we've launched something tonight called the No Kings Alliance, which is an alliance of all of these groups working together all around the country in an effort to produce that kind of rapid response we need to change the conditions on the ground, because we don't want this to be the Trump. The Trump era is over. This is the No Kings era, and this regime is just operating in it temporarily while we build up the strength necessary to usher in this new era of reform.
I've been thinking a lot about how much coverage the Tea Party got. And even Ted Cruz, of all people, said today, he kind of warned that the protests could signal a political peril for the Republican Party, the way the Tea Party did for Democrats in 2010. We only have about a minute left, unfortunately. But what does it look like to translate all of this energy into votes in a few weeks and next fall?
Look, the Tea Party's always been a big inspiration of mine, not because I agree with their racism or their violence or many of their strategies, but gosh, they knew how to organize locally. They take people power, apply it locally, and translate that into big electoral wins. Here's what I'll tell you. I don't think we're going to have to wait very long to see the electoral impact of this movement. In just a couple of weeks, we've got Proposition 50 in California. We've got 3 Supreme Court races in Pennsylvania. We've got state races in Virginia and state races in New Jersey. You're going to see how people power expressed in the streets then gets magnified at the ballot box very soon.